From the top of the mountain to the coast. It's the sports podcast that's on episode number 2. But we promise not to do that to you. 2 guys, no cup. It's toss up. I'm Jonathan Thompson, my man John Taylor. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Dude. Oh, man. I'm good. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, welcome to the Toss Up Podcast, man. Hey, look. Hey, Thompson a grown man, people. Oh, man.
Overgrown.
Oh, man. I promise we won't shit on y'all, bro. I promise.
Not at all. We shout drinks out.
But
boy, got the finest of
yeah, exactly.
El Dorado going.
Hey, and you know I'm on my little wicked Kool-Aid. If you picking up what I'm putting down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just a little.
I had a couple of drops of some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we here. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. We sent some invites out, man. Quick response, pretty good. We thank the people who followed the podcast, and we gonna thank the people in advance who's going to follow the podcast. Hey, thank y'all very much. Y'all responded real well, and we just gonna give you the best content we can, man. Let's get it.
Hey, you could be watching or listening to anything in the world, but you're right here with us, and we'll always appreciate that, and we'll never take it for granted. So first thing we're gonna do some I like to call some quick hits. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
So Breonna Stewart and the Miss outlast Kelsey Plum. You know, UW's finest, who scored 40. But the Miss still beat the Phantom in the unrivaled championship 80-74. Breonna Stewart was the MVP. The 6 players in the squad is going to split the $600,000 pot. Hit WNBA. Like you're here arguing with them whether they should get some or not.
Facts.
Hey, these girls are starting to get it elsewhere. Hey, I better listen up.
Facts.
But one of the main things I wanted to point out is the resume for Breonna Stewart. My God. I know we consider Sharon Miller the female GOAT of basketball, but this Breonna Stewart resume is starting to get very extensive. We're talking about a 3-time WNBA champion, a 2-time WNBA Finals MVP, a 2-time WNBA MVP. I know Cheryl didn't have the WNBA to go nominate, you know what I'm saying? She got out of college. We're talking about 7-time All-Star, though. 6-time All-WNBA first team. We're talking about a 3-time WNBA first team All-Defense. And then we can go to the college because, you know what I'm saying, because that's where the resumes can be compared. We're talking about a 4-time NCAA champion. We're talking about LeVar Ball, undefeated, never lost. That was her with them chips, okay? We're talking about a 3-time college player of the year. And the list just goes on and on, so you know what I'm saying.
That's outrageous, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The resume she ain't gonna have no problem, you know what I'm saying, filling out her LinkedIn profile. Let's put it that way.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Breonna Stewart is making the case, man. I remember vividly when the Liberty had came to the Climate Pledge Arena. Shout out Seattle Storm, and dude, they beat the hell out the Storm, bro. But I remember Breonna Stewart and Sabrina was like that 2-man punch, and Breonna, she makes it look so easy, dude. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, that is like, if I had to compare her to somebody, she's like the female Jokic, man. And at that point, I think she's a better Jokic than Jokic, if that makes sense. And to me, like the Joker's the Joker now. Listen, I will be respectful to the Joker, but Breonna Stewart, man, it's like, I know we was chopping up in pre-production, man. It's like, dude, man, you know, I can only go based off what we see in the resume they had. I think Sharon Miller, of course, she's one of the pioneers, of course. But, you know, Sharon Miller's kind of got like the Wilt Chamberlain syndrome. We wasn't there when it happened. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you hear all the stuff that she did. And it's just like, man, it's unfortunate. But I, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess I would be a Cheryl Miller guy still. But Breonna Stewart is knocking on that door, though. She's knocking on that door. her and Asia Wilson are definitely knocking on that door.
Oh,
For sure.
And then just to follow up, the Phantom go 2-0 as Enrique was arrested at the after party in Miami for sleeping the security guard. You know what I'm saying? And she was having a good time too. I seen some of the TikToks with Paige and them. You know what I'm saying? She was having a good time. Hey, somebody wanted some smoke. Security guy in the way. Night. But hey, I'm gonna ask you a real quick question, John. I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. Do you still work security after that?
Yes.
Do you still work security after that?
Bro, I'm a quit, but I'm a quit first and foremost after that. But before I quit, I gotta shoot the pheromones with her, bro. I don't care what you say. I'm a fighter. The way she slept that security guard, bro. Hey, the way she slept that security guard, bro. You do me like that, I gotta get a win.
Equal rights.
Hey, look, bro. Bro. And if I can't beat her up, I'm gonna tase her ass. I'm gonna get a win out of her somewhere. Cause think about it, T. You seen that mug shot.
Facts.
She's a baller first and foremost. Let me give her respect. But at the same time, based on that mug shot, bro, you can already tell the type of person she is when she gets drunk, bro. Oh man, please.
What do you think she was drinking before that? Me personally, I thought that was probably some Seagram's gin energy. Personally,
bro, I think that was some guy. Man, look, I think that was some E&J type shit right there, bro. that, bro. And that was either E&J, Seagram Gin, or some Fireball, bro.
That's right.
And based on my experience, I think it was Fireball, man. Quick story, I'll never forget. You know, me and you veterans, so you know about NTC, dude. Well, yeah, you know about NTC and stuff like that, but we was out. It's in the thing in Washington. It's called YTC, Yakima Training Center. You know, most times if you ain't going to YTC or NTC, that's where people go for speedy rotations. Long story short, we was with the Cavs. You know, the one who wear the cowboy hats and stuff like that. And dude, so they called the. I'm a veteran. I'm finna butcher it, but I'm not no Cavs, so I don't give a fuck. But it's captain's call, whatever, to where it's like everybody can drink in the battlefield environment. Long story short, so I won't drag it on, T. My dumb ass. We had the last day, so we all fellowship the next couple of days till everybody leave. My dumb ass didn't eat no food, no nothing. I just went straight to Fireball and start playing spades. And next thing I know, T.
That's brave, sir.
I think after I got done playing them game of spades, bro, I don't remember nothing else after that. My soldiers, and I ain't ashamed now. I was an NCO. I was an NCO then. My soldiers had to come back and show me videos of me when I blacked out. Fortunately, I ain't do nothing stupid, but I did start a barracks fight. I started a barracks fight, and I was trying to talk to a stud who looked like that woman in the DUI. You know, in that DUI photo.
But I mean,
I was like, dude,
you got your back pressure anyway. So I mean, what are we really talking about here?
I do, man. Hey, you know, I do, bro. But that's what I'm saying. I almost cheated on my dyke crush. I couldn't do that, bro. If I would have cheated on my dyke crush, man, I wouldn't have got no more boxer hole sex, bro. I'll tell you about that, though. That'll be a whole another episode, though.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a whole other episode. That might be a documentary to be high key about it.
But that's what I'm saying. But to the original point of what you were saying, bro, it had to be Fireball type behavior, bro. E&J or Fireball, either or, bro. Can't go wrong, bro. Because you can even tell in that DUI, she was like she was still ready to fight, bro. I know they had to jump on her ass to get up out that goddamn club.
Awesome.
But shout out to y'all, man. And I will say this about the WNBA, bro. Y'all keep it up. On Rival gonna be the league every year. I'm telling you. That's on y'all though, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yes, sir.
So what you thinking though? So what you thinking as far as like the Breonna Stewart type stuff? Not trying to backtrack, but just give me your breakdown of like looking at her resume, doing what you do. What do you think her ceiling is?
Ceiling? I mean, ceiling's already. I mean, ceiling's GOAT. I mean, that's.
Oh, Hall of Famer, all that stuff, of course.
Yeah. I mean, ceiling's GOAT. I mean, that's too easy. Like you talking about. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about Naismith Hall of Fame, they talk about your whole entire basketball career, not just like another sport where they talk about just your professional career. But when you talk about 4-time NCAA champion, the domination she's doing in the WNBA. Like, she's on the Mount Rushmore along, you know what I'm saying? I don't want Mile more. I don't want to get into that conversation right now. You know what I'm saying? Then we talk about Cheryl, of course. Like, it's supposed to be quick hits. It's supposed to be quick hits. We gotta devote a whole segment to that, bro. But let's move along because somebody else that's on some E and J Seagram's Gin type of behavior apparently was Tim Hardaway. Man, and I know some people are going to try to argue it. I don't really feel much of an argument with the first one. Larry Bird was greater than LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? If you're an older cat, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You feel some type of way about it. But where this start getting into E and J Seagram's Gin type behavior, bruh, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill. Now you starting to get disrespectful, bro. Like, I like both of them. You know what I'm saying? They both play for the Magic. That's my squad. You know what I'm saying? But let's not get disrespectful, bro. We talking about you know what I'm saying? Wherever you want to rank them, top 5 player of all time. Don't do this, dude, with guys with Achilles injuries or other type of injuries that put them out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron's that guy for this generation. Like, let's stop with all this hating. And I mean, we talked about it beforehand, but I feel like it comes from both sides of the aisle when it comes to this Jordan and LeBron debate. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the Jordan side,
of course,
especially the older cats, when you played with Jordan, you want to elevate players from that era, so that makes your resume, if you're not a Hall of Famer or you were close to a Hall of Famer, it elevates your stats a little bit. And the same way some of the current players do that now when they say LeBron's the GOAT. It's because you played against him, and that elevates your status as a result. You know what I'm saying? But let's not get into outlandish stuff, because that'd be like if, let's say, Tim Hardaway equivalent in the current era, let's say like Payne Pritchard or Rajon Rondo or somebody was like, man, DeMar DeRozan gonna smoke Jordan. Like, we would say the same thing. We would be like, yo, that's crazy work, bro. Stop talking. Like, we need to take the mic away from you at that point. Like, chill out, bro. And then let's add to it, John. Man, this man said Chris Mullin is a better shooter than the greatest shooter of all time. The man that can shoot from the locker room. The man you got to double team from the parking lot, bro. This man said Chris Mullin is a better shooter than Steph, bro. Like, were y'all smoking meth on this podcast? Like, I just got to know.
And you know what? I say this. I guess, you know what I'm saying, I always have to be criminally objective. He had me with Larry. And I tell you why. Like I was with him with Larry. Of course Larry Bird is not better than LeBron, but Larry Bird is the second best small forward of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody better not ever say.
There's another.
Nobody better not ever say, you know. Ooh.
That guy in Houston. That guy who said,
you know what? I won't.
He creeping up there. I won't. I think he 3 to me, but
I won't argue that. But would you agree that he got to get a ring outside of Golden State first?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And so okay, so we on the same page with that. But when he said that about Larry Bird was a better offensive player than LeBron. 1,000%. And I'm a LeBron guy. I'm a through and through LeBron guy. LeBron is my GOAT. He's number 1 in my book. But Larry Bird had a better shot. And Larry Bird was like LeBron back in the 80s and a little bit. If a lot of people do their research, you know what I'm saying, you can't sneeze at Larry Bird getting MVP 3 years in a row. Nobody never did.
Sure.
He did that.
For sure.
He did that, you know what I'm saying? So he did that in the 80s, man, and like Bird was that guy. Bird was like an all-round team, you know what I'm saying? So he was an all-round player, not all-round team, but he was an all-round player. So he was doing those things. Now, when he said Penny, I'm nothing. I didn't pay no attention to that. When he said Grant Hill, of course, I feel like if Grant Hill didn't get the injury bug, that could be an argument.
Oh yeah,
because Grant Hill was that like even Jordan was the athlete ahead of his time. Grant Hill was that all around player ahead of his time as far as like handling the ball, scoring, passing, stuff like that. Like Hill from Duke to them first few years in Pistons, dude, Hill was there. Hill was there. A lot of people with Hill, a lot of people was like, oh, when Jordan retired for the second time, who's that face? Hill was going to be that face. Hill was doing work to the 96, 97, 8 Bulls, too. He was doing, I know you done seen that highlight when he caught Scotty on that thing and whammed it. Man, please. Now, but as far as like saying they better than LeBron and all that stuff, Tim, stop it. You stop it. Chill out. Now I give Tim some credit. A lot of people talk about AI and shit like that. I'd be like, Tim had the best crossover because he popularized it. Yeah. Like Iverson took it globally, but Tim Hardaway was when you talk about crossover, go watch Tim in the early 90s. Now when he said that stuff about Mullen and Steph Curry, he would have had me if he would have said Mullen was a shooter like Steph for his time. I could put Mullen in top 5 shooters of all time. I won't argue that. I mean, you could probably talk him off that ledge, but I mean, if I was just going in raw, I put Mullen up there because Mullen was shooting like that.
Yeah, facts.
Mullen was shooting like that, and he was a lefty. And I'm always gonna be team lefty now. I'm always gonna be team lefty. Mullen was like that. The stuff he did at St. John, man, no. But you know what? I had posted this on Facebook a long time ago, and I'm gonna say it here. It's three people I would never debate. I would never debate Michael Jackson against anybody. I would never debate Whitney Houston as being the greatest singer ever. And for Steph Curry, I'm never debating who's the greatest shooter ever. Never. I have a conversation and let people speak on it.
And then the last reckless behavior he engaged in, but you probably like this, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna probably get into this in the summer when we start, you know what I'm saying, having stuff to talk about as far as all-time rankings and stuff like that. But considering your disrespect for the late great Kobe Bryant, I figure you probably agree with him when he said that he could beat Kobe one-on-one.
In the real world, when people finally start being realistic a little bit, Kobe is a top 15 player ever. I stand by that. I would lay on that hill, whatever. But I would never take away the physical fact. Kobe's up there with the greatest scorers ever now. Because I feel like KD number 1 and I feel like Kobe number 2. One-on-one was his game. That was Kobe. The greatest ISO scorer ever, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I give Kevin Durant the greatest
ball hog and not be good at one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Even though he wasn't as much of a ball hog as people gave him the reputation for. But you can't
absolutely
you can't be ball hog and be trash one-on-one. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's like, and to put it in simple context, T, it's like I'm gonna say KD number 1 because he's an efficient scorer at all 3 levels. But I have to say Kobe is the greatest ISO scorer ever because once Kobe got you inside that 3, couldn't nobody guard him one-on-one, bro. Nobody. So, you know, a lot of people be, Taylor, you're a Kobe hater. No, I'm gonna give Kobe love. But y'all not finna sit here and tell me he got like a top 10 all-time career. He don't, man.
Wait till we get to that.
Sorry.
I got something for your ass.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, that'd be a whole nother episode. But at the same time, Tim Hardaway, come on, man, chill out. But you know, at that point, a podcast like that, him and O'Du had a conversation. He probably gave Tim some money. Hey, I need some views. Say some bullshit. All right, don't worry about it. I got you. Give me that bag. That's what that podcast looked like. Yeah. Like I say, but I give him Larry Bird though. I will pay respects to Larry Bird. Larry Bird, yeah. If Bron would have ever been Bron, Larry Bird would still be my number 1. Period. He man, please, that man was different. And you know what I'm saying? He in the 80s, he had black people respect. Enough said, bro. Yeah.
And then moving on to some more beef and more outlandish things being said. Jason Tatum's trainer spazzing on Melo, bro. As if Melo's not a top 5 scorer of all time. But on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast, Melo was just pretty much saying how I felt, and we're going to talk about the Celtics later on in the podcast. But Jason Tatum just need to ease his way back into it and let JB lead the ship for the time being. And I don't see nothing wrong with that until Jason Tatum came in and said the irony of Carmelo Anthony trying to tell Jason Tatum how to win. Like, first off, Carmelo was very respectful in his response because he said, "Damn, Drew, we heard you." He said, "Damn, Drew, we heard you." Like, he trying to tell you, like, hey, now, hey, calm down. Like, hey, I see you doing a little shot for your boy, but calm down because you talking to me and you are not the same thing as me and Jason Tatum, bro. Like,
heard you.
Yeah, I heard you.
Heard you. Mm-hmm.
And then Drew do a little bit gazing before he goes back into disrespectful mode. You know what I'm saying Melo's a Hall of Famer, gold medalist, and one of the best bucket getters in NBA history. In fact, outside of Kobe, he was the player we studied the most.
Absolutely.
As far as when JT was in high school, you know what I'm saying? And then he started comparing records in playoffs and stuff. You know, JT NBA champion, 14-6 in playoff series, while you know what I'm saying Melo is 3-13. You know, I don't know.
Look, I tell you this to you, I side with the agent on here. I do, because you know my thing about it is I think from the essence of what his agent got to beat his shoulder out for, it's kind of like Melo. You know, good and well, if you was coming off this injury, you ain't letting no number 2 take over the team when you come back.
That's fair.
You're not. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause Melo won't do that.
Oh yeah.
Man, I done heard so many so many Iman Shepherd episodes where he talked about Melo. Melo see you open and still shoot it on 2 people, man. So it's like yeah. But I'm glad I like what that agent said. Like, dude, hold on, time out. Don't you tell a NBA Finals champion how to win, bro. Cause I got it, but you could talk about Melo being like some of the greatest scorers of all time, but that's all you did, and it impacted nothing. Now you was culturally good. Now respect to you, Melo. You solid, bro. But me personally, I feel like your second career is gonna be better than your first one. Now you know what I'm saying. Now I will give respect to what he did in college. Solid in college, bro. College and all that stuff. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer. Got all that. Heard it. But at the same time, it's like when it comes to winning,
Rookie of the Year over your boy, by the way. I mean that'll be going on towards.
I won't argue that. Oh, absolutely. But you know, LeBron, a Nike guy. You know, he was guaranteed that Nike got to make money. But at the same time, as far as when it goes to Melo, it's like calm down, man. Calm down, and sorry, not sorry, bro. JB, he's a good 1B, but everybody know who's number 1 on that team, man. Y'all stop playing with Tatum, man. Stop playing with Tatum. Mm-mm. And like I say, Tatum's a better player than Melo now.
You're not wrong.
Me personally, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I'm. And you remember, and one thing I respect about the agent too, when he gave him flowers like he was trying to bag back, he said in the tweet, he said, "And I'm standing on what I said." Yeah. I was like, you got me. So yeah, I mean, like Melo may feel some type of way, I got it, but it's kind of like, yo, Melo, hold on. He like Tatum is a dog just as much as Melo a dog. And his agent was like, nah, don't be trying to tell him to take steps back. You wouldn't do it. So don't see him try to tell my client to do it.
That's fair.
So it's like, yeah. So now don't do that. And I respect him for that.
And then the last one going with ongoing continual beef, man, between T.I. and 50, Jason Tatum, Trainer, and Melo. Now we got Wendy's serving that never frozen, all fresh beef to Geno Smith, you know what I'm saying? On Twitter. Or X. Excuse me, Elon, I'm sorry, don't sue me.
Don't get banned, T. Don't get banned.
So the tweets started with Wendy's, you know what I'm saying? Geno Smith, in case things don't work out in free agency, we're looking for a chief tasting officer. It's probably not a good tweet to go ahead and tweet out as your sales are plunging because then Geno Smith follow up with a retweet of a headline of Wendy's sales plunging 11.3% and said, "Get your cheese up first." Man.
Hey, that was a good mic drop moment for Geno. Hey, but let me tell you something. Wendy's got the best of that because Geno. They saying he's a favorite to go back to the Jets. Geno, you ain't got. Trust me, Wendy's gonna be here a lot longer.
You already experienced that one time.
I'm just saying though. That's what I'm saying. It's like he supposed to be the high favorite to go there, but Aaron Glenn probably better. Anything's better than goddamn Justin Fields. Boy, don't get me started on that piece of trash. Dude, no respect. He's an NFL quarterback. Shut up, Taylor. He's an NFL quarterback, and he's a black quarterback. But listen, Justin Fields don't need another job in the NFL. He do not. Justin Fields, New York gave you $30 million. Bro, go be a high school coach. Go to Ohio State, do something. Start your podcast, do a vlog, do something. You, my man. Stop. But as far as Geno Smith goes, it's like, bro, Geno, you ain't far. You ain't far. Geno ass too. Oh my goodness, he ass. But at the same time, it's like shit. He did have a mic drop on Wendy's though. But Wendy's is going to be a lot more relevant than you ever will, Geno. Granted, you're not going to no Hall of Fame. You're going to make some bread. But trust me, by the time you retire, people going to remember Wendy's before they remember you, dog. But good mic drop, though, for Geno. Good mic drop. But he's ass. He is ass.
My man throws shots everywhere. My man
ass.
Field ass, trash.
Ass.
Oh. Man.
Justin Fields is unwiped ass, and it's like, dude, it's like I'm always gonna root for the black quarterback, man. I'm gonna be biased like that, but them, enough is enough. Y'all, with the mofos, you need to go on up yonder, man. Go on up yonder, man. Yeah, go on up yonder, bro. It's no. And then I question the organization if anybody signed him in the future. Get out of here with that joke.
Hey, you don't think Geno can go anywhere, bro? Nowhere.
Look,
no
well, he'll be
even as a backup, bro.
He'll be able to go somewhere. He'll be able to go somewhere, but then again, at the same time, but only because Geno can throw the ball. So I give him a little grace on that. 1,000%, I give you that, T. I'm not sitting there saying he can't go nowhere. Go ask your mama. I am not sitting there saying he can't go nowhere. But at the same time, T, we done seen enough, man. If you couldn't do it in Seattle, it was money issues, I guess, but you couldn't do it in Seattle, man. That was your Brett Favre Minnesota Vikings moment. That's it, bro. Unless Geno finna go just be a backup or an emergency quarterback, if he finna turn into like a little better Teddy Bridgewater, cool. Just be a journeyman. Get that paper. You done made some money I'll never see in my life. But at the same time, Geno, as far as like the game of football, bro, let it go, man. Let it go. That's just me. Let it go. But am I lying, T? As he sips the wine.
So I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. Whew, that was hot and heavy, boy. Hey, you felt some type of way about Geno,
man. Man, you know what? Hey,
I liked it when he was in WV. Go back in the day, boy. Hey, that boy was a cheat code on college football. I think it was 11. Bruh.
Geno, he was solid. What, Geno been in almost 10 years, right? 10 years?
He been in a grip.
I think he like early 30s. That's what I'm saying.
Long enough.
You had a good career. As far as like financial wise, you made bread. That's a good career, bro. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, as far as like quality of play and all that, man, bro, if you can do it with Pete Carroll, man, no. It's just like I love my black people. I love my black quarterback. I'm a Lamar guy. From the first episode, Seattle is my home team. I'm claiming them now, but I'm always gonna still be a player fan. But I was like it. I was like that with Vic. I was like that with Cam. I'm like that with Lamar. I'm like that with Shador. I'm like that with who the other with Patrick. Patrick is a love-hate relationship because I hate that dominance, bro. I hate that dominance type stuff. I like parity in the league. But Patrick Mahomes too, bro. I want all these people to be successful, man. Jaden Daniels too. Hell yeah, I'm on Jaden. Hell, Cowboy, Dad. It's like I'm always gonna support, man. But those are the quarterbacks, and Caleb Williams too. But the other quarterbacks that I named, T, what they done did in their short career looks better than what Geno did his whole career. And I'm not trying to compare and contrast or talk shit on Geno, man. But it's like, bro, it's like, nah, man, we seen enough, bro. Like I said, go be a journeyman. Yeah, that's fine. Go be a journeyman. But Fields, get your ass out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. I stand on that. Get the F out of here. Get out of here, bro. Me and my partners in my Madden chat, we like, you know what I'm saying? One of my partners tell you defend him so much. And I'd be like, boy, Justin Fields is like ass, bro.
Yeah, after 3 teams, yeah, it's starting to seem like that resume's been
Come on, man. And I agree with you 1,000% with that statement. I gave him grace after Chicago because Chicago was a dumpster fire.
Yeah. And I mean, in the entire Bears
franchise
but history, to show up, it's been seeming like let's go to die here.
Come on, man, and like that last year before he got left, he had DJ Moore. He had some good pieces. So I gave him grace because I was like, you know what? He never got a fair shot. When he went to Pittsburgh, I was all for it.
Yeah, facts.
But Taylor, he went 4-0. But even in that winning streak, you still see it. He don't progress. He don't read the field. He don't make on-time throws. All you can do is just run.
Yo. Athletic.
I seen enough of that shit, bro. Yeah, and then when he went to New York, got it. It's the Jets. But what the hell you learned in Pittsburgh? Nothing. You still doing the same shit, and man, I can go all day on that. I can go all day on that, but
let's go all day on something else, though. Let's go ahead and start with our NBA recap.
Yes.
Know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start off with the boys that you said last week is your favorites for the Western Conference. Let's talk about San Antonio. So they was 3-0 this week. You know what I'm saying? Blowing out Embiid. Well, I mean, Philadelphia without Embiid. Excuse me. They then end up sweeping the season series with the Pistons. And then in the second of that back-to-back, you know what I'm saying, came back from 25 down to beat the Clippers. Wemby got emotional after that game, boy. Hey, that was a hard-fought win. I ain't going to lie. It's like 30-9 for Kawhi. So, hey, talk to me. How you feel about the week San Antonio had, and you still ride with them for the Western Conference, bro?
Man, look, I'm trying to tell you, the only team I root against the Spurs is the Lakers. But I'm telling you, as far as like the Spurs, just like what we was talking about last week, T. The league is in trouble when Wemby figured it out. God forbid. Well, Lord's willing. Let me not jinx against them. But my thing about it is, don't let him get a couple of championships while he's figuring it out. Because once he figured it out, it's over with.
Thanks.
Over with. And my thing about it is, they went 11-0 in February. T. Let me tell you something. They hitting that playoff push. And you wanna know one thing that I'm noticing. It may be small to some people, but they ain't watching it. Oh, well, they had the overtime game with the Clippers, so that's enough. That wouldn't count against what I'm about to say. But how the Spurs are winning, and how Wemby ain't averaging over like 33, 34 minutes.
Yep.
You think he ain't finna be fresh for the playoffs?
Oh,
for all the people who's watching, you know what I'm saying? I know T can look up the stat and all that stuff, but for all the people who's watching, go look at the Spurs schedule and go look at how many minutes Wemby played. It's a lot of times you'll see a lot of 27s, 29s,
Shoot, it's less than that.
30s.
Shoot.
Come on now. When he put up like he put up like 49 against the Lakers, the man played almost like 30 minutes. So I'm like T, you want to talk about the Spurs? Man, the Spurs are locked to go to the finals, bro. And I stand on that, T. I stand on that. And you want to know why I stand on that? And I say this too to you. I stand on that because even OKC rested their starters to avoid that smoke.
You know, I'm not even mad at you for feeling that way. So, I mean, I do have a couple of hesitations about San Antonio as far as playoffs is concerned. You know, they're doing very well this season. So, I think for me, my worry is, do they have enough shooting? So during that comeback, they was splashing a lot of threes and stuff like that. But currently, they ranked 19th in three-point percentage, and they ranked 17th in free throw percentage, while being 11th in free throw attempts. So, and you know, when you come to playoff time, you're playing more than a half court, so you got to worry about half court sets. And if we ain't got to worry about you shooting, why not just collapse the defense and then dare you to shoot the ball? You know what I'm saying? And especially when you talk about teams that are weak in defense, like the Lakers, for example. You know what I'm saying? Let's just collapse the defense inside the paint and let's see if y'all can shoot it out between De'Aaron Fox and the rest of them. Like,
come on now. I mean, you making sense now, T. You making some sense. But can I interest you in this though? It's like they're a complete team. Would you say?
Almost. I mean, minus the lack of shooting that it seems that they have. But I mean, other than that, they got everything they need. They got quick, athletic guards. They defend. They long. Hey, of course, Wemby, you not doing nothing in the paint. He's going to disturb everything you got going on in the paint. So defensively, yeah, I have no issue. But in the off chance that you can't shut them down, and these boys are running up the court shooting threes, can you keep up with them though? That'd be my main concern. You know what I'm saying? And it's no different than when we thought Houston was going to do something last year when they was the 2 seed and then they ran into Golden State and got wiped out in 7. Like,
yeah. No, you 1,000% correct. But I ask you this: do you think the Spurs don't have to rely on the 3 that much? Though I don't think, because you know what I'm saying. I think Castle is a good mid-range guy. Fox can run your offense with that speed now. Will Fox put up like 10, 15 assists a game? No. But you got to understand, Fox is able to make some good passes, man. But he's quick. And you got Dylan Harper coming off the bench, and you got Wemby, and you got what's his name? He comes off the bench. He's like that 6'4", 6'5" guy. He's one of those like he's like a Grant Williams type of player in my eyes. But he'll come off and get some plays. But you got Castle, you got Vassell, you got Champagne. Man, like T, they are young. And they're lengthy.
Yep.
Pause. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. But that don't sound right. But
they're definitely long, and that causes a problem for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, and I tell you this one play that I seen when they played the Mavericks. AD ain't no slouch on defense, T. A lot of people forget, AD offensive game was always there, you know what I'm saying? Woo. But AD was known for his defense. Wemby had that dude looking like he ain't supposed to be in the NBA, bro. And when I seen that, I was already a believer, bro. And one things I was looking for with the Spurs. Of course, they're not going to be the Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker Spurs, but I was still looking for that type of chemistry.
Yeah,
and they got that, T. And they got that. Yeah, so I don't see. Of course, you're gonna say OKC. If the NBA want to make some money, hint hint. Even though y'all can't see me winking, but y'all got to get a Wemby Joker series in the playoffs.
Oh,
You
for sure.
got to.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to. They got to figure that way. The Spurs are top 2, so I think if Denver if those two can stay in 2 and 3, boy, T, we gonna damn near have to do an episode every night they play, cause that's gonna be like the greatest basketball you gonna see, bro. No bullshit.
You ain't lying.
You know they gonna make some money. You better Wemby and Joker gonna be in the playoffs early. Not no Western Conference Finals type stuff. They gonna be in there early. They gonna try to get there first or second round. I mean, what I say? Trust me.
But right now, as we're currently recording, the Nuggets are the 6th seed, so that's a possible second round matchup. Because if we talk about
Come on now.
these standings, it's going to be Denver, Houston first round, and if Denver dispatch Houston, then yeah, that definitely could be
Come on now.
a good second round matchup. That'll be must see TV. That'll be popcorn ready.
Come on, dude. T, you want to get some viewerships? You better get Wemby and Joker in that series.
Oh yeah,
You better
happen
if
in
you
round
want
2
to.
or round 3. I would prefer it to be round 3. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the standings shake up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get Denver a little bit higher, to which, you know what I'm saying, they don't have to see each other until the Western Conference Final if they both make it there. But
yeah, man. But to the original point, T, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that'd be money 1,000%. But I'm saying, as far as like to answer your question, I feel like Denver is probably the only team that can get them. I think so. I feel like controversial take. You gonna hear a lot of this shit in this podcast, but I don't care. I think if the Spurs see OKC in the playoffs, they gonna sweep them.
oh, that's disrespectful. I don't agree with that, but that's okay.
T, what you seen in the regular season ain't no facade, T. OKC ain't got no answers for that.
I'm definitely not saying that's a facade, but bruh, playoff time, I don't. Nah, bruh. I can't see Shea and Numbers going out like that. Not against anybody. I mean, if they going out, it might be 6 or 7. I don't think that. I mean, we haven't had a repeat champion in a while, but I'm not thinking nobody's going to do a smooth sweep or a gentleman's sweep. Like, not with that.
Well, you know what? I got okay. You know what? You making me take back my statement. They won't get swept in 5.
Disrespectful. You disrespectful.
Dude. Man, if the Spurs see OKC swept or in 5. They like before. Come on, Nati. Bro, all of them were healthy, and in that last game, they set all them players against the Spurs, bro. The SGA was really hurt. I think he was hurt. Everybody else though, Chet, all that, they was a healthy scratch, bro. That told me everything I need to know.
Maybe everything I need. A situation like football, bro. We ain't trying to show you everything, because we might see you again, bro.
You absolutely right, but with Wemby, man, you can't game plan for that, bro. It's gonna be
You're
up
right,
to
but
Wemby.
they also got a
Is if he's gonna
tall person in Chet Holmgren. I'm not saying that he gonna shut down Wemby, you know what I'm saying, but he gonna give him a little tussle, you know.
T, out of all my years I've known you and you've known sports, do you really believe that shit?
He gonna give him a little tussle. I promise you, Wemby gonna have to guard him at least, bro. I'm not saying that he gonna like straight whoop down Wemby. I'm just saying like he gonna give him a little smoke, to which Wemby gonna have to think more than just, hey, I'm about to put up 25 and 12 in 25 minutes. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
He gonna have to work on defensive end too.
Okay. That's fair. Still Spurs in 5. But and again, I feel like the only thing that's gonna stop the Spurs from getting to the finals is Denver. That's it. Or if the NBA want LeBron to get another ring in LA. I wouldn't mind that, NBA. Take care of my GOAT. But other than that, Denver the only one who gonna stop the Spurs, bro. Nobody else is.
For you, bro. I don't care. I mean, nights you pray for that. That's not happening for you, bro.
You right, bro. You right. Not in LA. I think he done in LA. But I do believe getting off talking a little bit, but I do believe for his last year the NBA gonna do something. They gonna let LeBron leave a champion. They gonna let him leave a champion. I hope so at least. But that'll be a storybook ending, man. And he gonna go back to Cleveland his last year. NBA need to do that. We already know this shit rigged. Y'all need to just rig that shit up one time.
Like WWE.
Hey,
send him home for one last
man, I hope so too. Hey man, get him. Hey, yes, man. Like I said, like at least do a worst case scenario. If it ain't the finals, I know he'll make a deep playoff run though, for sure. But that's a whole nother topic. But Denver's the only team that's going to give Spurs a run for their money. They just different in them playoffs, man. That team is on the string like them, and they got depth like them. OKC got depth, but a lot of their depth don't match up with Spurs' length, in my opinion.
That's fine.
Denver got the length. Yeah, Denver got the length.
I mean, a hypothetical series matchup, honestly, OKC will have to rely on how the refs call that series, if we're being honest. Like, do the refs let them get physical? If the refs let them get physical, then yeah, they might have a field. Well, when the playoff times come, we hope if that's a matchup, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get in depth on it. But yeah, that series, I believe that would depend on how the refs call that series. Would depend on who wins that series. Just because
1,000%
play defense.
1,000%. But you know what I'm saying. But you know it's coming though. And man, damn, T, you always be sparking these thoughts, man. But it's like last year was one of the greatest playoffs in a while. Cause you know why? They let them get physical. Mm-hmm. Now most times the playoff refs it's different. But last year was different. Last year felt like the 90s last year. It felt like the 90s in the early 2000s. It did, bro. That looked like Jordan Knicks, like they was letting them play. Like, when you ask that question about how the refs going to ref, I can guarantee you, even last year, I can guarantee you in that New York and Detroit series, if the NBA was letting them finesse, Detroit would have lost. But the fact that the refs let them play, that's why Detroit took them to 7. Because they got to play. They got to get physical. Being physical changed a lot in the NBA series, man. Of course, they ain't going to do that in the regular season. You got to make your points and all this other stuff. But come playoffs, dude, man, please. Them refs go fill this up. You know what I'm saying? They gonna let them boys play. And I hope so. And granted, I don't want nobody seriously getting hurt. Man, let them boys play. Them people making about $100 million, man.
I need more.
Yeah, so like bump that.
All right, so moving on to Boston, you know what I'm saying, where the boy came back, Jason Tatum, Agent Zero, dropped 15, 12, and 7 in 27 minutes, just 10 months off the Achilles injury as Boston beat the Mavs in the somewhat homecoming for the Cooper Flag, 120-100. Hey, did Boston show you anything last night that make you rethink about picking Detroit going to the finals? Maybe you might sprinkle a little love on Boston.
I'm not gonna lie. Let me first say kudos to Jason Tatum for coming back in 10 months. You're a dog for that. Salute you. It pissed me off. Because, dude, it pissed me the hell off. Because Boston, you're already kind of like, oh, man, Boston doing this thing. But, Jaylen Brown, he's solid. Jaylen Brown, he'll be first team All-NBA. He finna get everything he deserves, possibly MVP. But at the same time, you kind of figure, come playoff time, you could just shut down JB. You'll live with Derek White and Pritchard, whatever. But now Jason Tatum came back and he's looking pretty good. And they got Vucic. Oh my God, they said Vucic fractured his finger.
Yeah.
Vucic finna rest to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a good underdog person.
With a month time frame, I'm hoping that he might. Well, I shouldn't be hoping as a Magic fan, but if I'm rooting for my favorite player, he might come back a couple of games before the playoffs begin. So hopefully he get a couple reps under his belt before we talking about the playoffs.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then 1,000%, and it's just like, dude, Boston is going to be that buzzsaw. But I'm still sticking to my guns, and it goes back to the last segment when you said it's like how the refs gonna ref. Detroit got a chance if they let them play ball. Detroit got a chance.
You don't think Boston?
Because even at the same day, fuck no, JT won't, and I'm going right after JT. I don't give a fuck. I'm going right after. You gonna be the first one I'm putting on that wood every time I can. I will be that coach. Your role, this whole series, 6 fouls every game, hit number 0.
That's crazy.
Dude. But like I said, but Boston's gonna get healthy because again, Joe Mazzulla, the greatest coach in the NBA today, man. Point blank period. He gonna have them boys ready to play. But then again, they go if you get Boston to rely on their threes, you got them right where they want you. But if you let Boston get in their system, moving that ball, you ain't got no shot. You don't got no shot. But you got to get them to stick in the threes. You got to get them to stick to threes, bro. Period. And so now it's like, again, it's like, man, I'm still sticking with Detroit to probably make the finals, and I'm still sleeping with my underdog team. A fully healthy Philadelphia, I don't think Boston can mess with them. Because you better believe, while Paul George is coming off that steroid suspension, man, dude, he in that building learning some shit, man. I don't think Boston gonna beat Philly healthy, bro. That's just me.
Well, I'll tell you like this. If I'm Boston, I'm definitely not worried about Philadelphia. Because, I mean, at this point, it's not if Philadelphia can stay healthy, it's when is somebody going to be hurt. But I did want to catch up a little.
That's
update,
fair.
You know what I'm saying? I did talk about last night. But, my boy today dropped 20 points against the Cavs and went ahead and beat them 109-98 also,
It's going to get scary.
Yeah, it's going to get very scary because my man don't even got his legs underneath him yet, and he still ain't got his stroke all the way down because he was 6 for 16. And I think he was like something to the effect of like 4 or 12 or something like that last night, you know what I'm saying? But you could still tell there was a little bit of rust he had to shake off. Even when he made his dunk earlier, he landed on 1 foot, you know what I'm saying? So you could tell that even though he might be back physically, he's still not all the way back mentally. But, I mean, my point is, once he has his legs under him, you're talking about a team that's already number 1 in scoring defense. And he's a better defender than, we'll say, he's substituting Payne Pritchard in the starting lineup. He's a better defender than Payne Pritchard, so that can only go up, you know what I'm saying, as he gets his legs underneath him. And then when you're talking about enhancing the offense, because currently the Boston's ranked in 20th in scoring offense, so he's only going to make that better because he's a shot creator himself.
Heard.
So
you tell me the truth.
If nothing else, it's just further solidify me. Like you over there being disrespectful, talking about Spurs in 5 against OKC. That might be what a Boston-Detroit Eastern Conference Finals look like. That might be Boston in 5. Why are you talking?
No, I can see you saying that, but then again, at the same time, if it gets physical, Detroit is better than Boston, though. So, and I'll say this. Who knows? It may be a sweep of 5. I can give you that. But I can guarantee you in that sweep of 5, the score going to be like 90-95.
That's cool.
And today in today's NBA, it's
like
that's
I said,
defense.
It's
going to be a lot of
Boston's number 1 scoring defense. So I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to be okay with that.
Yeah, they're going to be doing their thing. But I wouldn't say you're
like
wrong,
that
but
04
shoot,
Pistons.
man, nah,
Hey, that 04 Pistons when that score be like 86, 83.
man, that's what I'm saying. Hey, man, I miss them days. I miss them 81-78 games, man. I miss that junk. But at the same time, I will admit this though. But everything is happening at the right time though, man. These playoffs gonna be fire again, bro. Cause you don't know. Like you knew with the Warriors, 17-18, you knew they was gonna win. But now it's like when it's parity, bro.
Did you know? Because I know you LeBron fan.
When they got KD messed up LeBron legacy, man. I hate KD for that. KD's still good though, but I hate him for that because LeBron would have had 6 if KD would have never came to Golden State. LeBron would have three-peated in Cleveland that year. But that's a yes. Yeah, he was at the peak of his powers. He had the coach, he had the system, he had the personnel. Yes. And it's like, man, but it's like when KD did that, I was like, yeah, Bron. Yeah, you ain't getting 6, dog. You ain't getting 6. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, it happened. But like in today's NBA, bro, I love this junk, man, because it gets the brain going, man. It gets you the 3-letter word, which is the biggest in sports. Who's gonna come out on top, bro? And like that's what I like, bro. And the refs are gonna ref again the way they supposed to, and it's gonna be good to see, man. It's gonna be good to see.
Sure. But while you speaking on LeBron, we can move on to the Lake Show. Lake Show went 2-1 this week. Beating the lonely Pelicans and the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? But they lost to the short-handed Nuggets, 120-113. You know what I'm saying? Despite Denver making it seem like they wanted to give the game to the Lakers, had 18 turnovers during that game. Jokic and Murray go for 28 piece. You know what I'm saying? Both 28 piece, all flats or all drums, depending on your preference. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to make a quick point real quick. The surprising plus minus of the game. You know what I'm saying? And we've been talking about two of the big threes during the first episode. So Luka was a plus minus 0. Austin Reeves was a -4.
Even.
And then you had LeBron at a -10 plus minus. And then the honorable mention, I should say, because it really should be a big 4, but it's really a big 3. But your honorable mention for the shot taker of DeAndre Ayton, he was a -13 on that court versus the Nuggets also. You know what I'm saying? So,
man.
So, hey, talk to me though about the Lakers, man. Tell me what you feel your ceiling is, bro.
Man, to continue your point with Denver and the Lakers doing it, it's just like styles makes fights. You hear that in boxing. It's just Denver. It's just some teams just have your number, dude. They just have your number, and it's like I seen a meme today that was funny because it's true. Jamal Murray turns into Michael Jordan only when he plays the Lakers, bro.
Oh,
you can guarantee 2 things. You can guarantee 2 things with the Lakers and the Nuggets, bro. The Lakers gonna sell, and Murray gonna kill him.
Yeah, facts. For sure.
Every goddamn time.
What it is.
But I as far as Lakers go, man, it's like, yeah. But as far as the Lakers go, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, breaking news, people. I'm a diehard LeBron guy, man. Like, do I expect him to win the championship? No. But man, at least if you lose, go 7. Put up a fight, man. But it's like, I just want to hope. The fan in me just want to hope, man. Come playoff time, the Lakers got a scheme that just becomes unstoppable. And it's just like, I feel like, superstars matter in the playoffs. The Lakers have enough, man. Like DeAndre Ayton, this bipolar stuff, he still will be valuable in the playoffs, man. Ayton, like, hey guys, I get it. Y'all may like rolling bigs to the basket. Man, y'all probably need to open up Ayton just a little bit. He can hit that mid range. Ayton can pull out a 5. LeBron, you like spacing. When he won his championships, he had people who can space the flow. Ayton can space the flow for you too. I ain't saying he's just gonna jack up 3s, but Ayton can get busy in the mid range, man. He was a number 1 pick for a reason, T. But as far as like it go, their defense always gonna be suspect. But they got enough offense to make up for that. Y'all just gonna have to be like the Phoenix Suns in that mofo. Y'all gonna have to just run and gun. But yeah, I think the Lakers got a shot, man. I want them to have a shot. But but LeBron is his elbow hurt, and hint his elbow hurt because if anybody watched the game, LeBron fell on his right elbow and he clutching his left.
I know, right?
I'm like, whatever, but
your man was out. Your man was out the game today versus the Knicks, even though they ended up winning. Your man was out with foot arthritis.
Come on, man. They ain't mentioned nothing about the elbow, nothing. And so it's just like, man, LeBron finna he finna get his little second win. He finna chill, relax, rest his body to the playoffs. They can make some noise, man. But I want to challenge the GOAT though. I want to challenge the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But LeBron, be third fiddle in the playoffs, man. And the reason why I say that, let Austin Reeves get usage. Let him get usage. Cause this is gonna make or break Austin, bro. Because Austin, we need to know if you the guy or not, bro. Because Austin sells in the playoffs every year, bro. Well, y'all can go look at my Facebook history. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can look at my Facebook history, chat. Oh yeah, Luka, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, LA, we gonna have to see if Austin is that guy. He's gotten better every year. Don't get me wrong. If he wouldn't have got hurt, he probably would have had an All NBA year, I think. But I think I'm telling you, Reeves got to show up in the playoffs, bro. And I know you threw up the three. It was like third, like LeBron, be the third option because you're still the best third option on the floor, bro. And it's like I feel like LeBron probably need to be like 18, 10, and 7. It's okay to take that back seat, bro. You make your plays when it matter. Don't try to impact the whole game. Impact the game when you can. And I'll be satisfied with that. You 41, bro. Anybody with a brain and any smart sports fan, bro, we know a 41-year-old can't carry no team to the NBA Finals, bro. It's just not happening, bro.
For sure.
So I'm just saying, LeBron, be that third option. Be that third option, bro. Be that third option. Well, if I want to be, I'm gonna be respectfully disrespectful when I say this. Be the fourth. Let these young people. Yeah. Oh snap. Oh no.
No. What I'm saying. What I was about to say with that, bro, is our favorite guy who dissed Clint Capella. So this game, without LeBron.
Yeah.
He went 6-8. That was his stat line. 6 points, 8 rebounds. Like, bro, and LeBron was out, bro. So you kind of moved up the depth chart to number 3 as the number 3 option behind Luka and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
But you throwing shots at Clint Capella though, while you getting 6 and 8.
But that is unfortunate he was throwing shots, man. But Aiden is better than Clint Capella. We all know that.
He could.
And like I said,
I don't know that. Yeah. That's the problem. I don't know that, bro.
Man, if I'm Bron,
man had a good year with CP3. You putting that on his resume. That's on his resume. That's on his LinkedIn profile, and that's cool. But I haven't seen nothing besides that because Clint Capella ball with James Harden too. So what we. And like I said last week,
but that's just
DeAndre Ayton was the number 1 pick, so we expect more from a number 1 pick, bro. We expect more from a number 1 pick.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. But my thing about it is LeBron. If you can get a 2015 Peyton Manning season with these playoffs or something, bro. Let them young guys be the vocal point, and you just impact where you can, bro. I feel like that would be a good recipe for the Lakers, bro. And I feel like Bron, he's the all-time lead scorer. You got all the records, Bron. If they need you to just play defense for a series, come on, bro. You got nothing to prove. You the GOAT. He's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I feel like that'd be the only way. If y'all gonna want a 41-year-old LeBron to turn back the hands of time and win you a series, it's not gonna happen, bro. And I'm saying it as a diehard LeBron guy. It's not gonna happen, bro. Long gone are the days that LeBron can take over a game. He can't do it no more. He'll have his spurts, and of course, he's still jumping out the gym. But the stuff he did against Boston in 2012, the stuff he did, the 2016 Finals, what he did with Kyrie, that Bron is gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's gone. Bron can't do that no more. He can't. He's not gonna win you no series playing 40 plus minutes a game. He's not, bro. Father Time done caught up, and like I say, Father Time is winning now, but Bron's still doing some good shit at 41 years old, bro. Don't get me wrong, he's the greatest 40, 41, 42, 43, however long he play. He's going to be the greatest age going forward. But at the same time, man, it's like, Bron, take that back seat, man. JJ is going to let the JJ coach them boys up. And I'm telling you, if they need you for defense, cool. If they need you to get in the post, cool. But Bron, don't try to come to the playoffs thinking you finna play 38, 40 minutes and think it's gonna get the job done. You just gonna take away from the depth y'all got. They got good depth. Bron, come playoff time, play 20, 25 minutes, bro. No, that's Bron. Bro, if you gotta get to 25 minutes, man, and like I say, it's outlandish, I get it. But
no, I agree with you as far as the option in the offense, like maybe fall back a little bit. And I mean, it goes to show what I speak to last week when I said that, you know what I'm saying, he is putting up amazing stats and stuff like that, but he's no longer effective winning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, absolutely. Do fall back and do something that will affect that plus minus, like probably something on the defensive end, because like you can score 20, 25 points. We know you good for that. We know you're good for that still, but as we seen like last week during clutch time moments, you know what I'm saying, they're lacking defensive intensity. So you might just need to lock in more so on the defensive end of the ball than the offensive end of the ball, because we know you one of the greatest shot creators, shot distributors, or whatever the case you may be. Man. Right here, big dog.
Arguably the greatest passer, him and Magic.
We got a lot of people that can't play no defense. I'm gonna need you to, conserve your energy to go back to Miami LeBron on the defensive end. Hey, you can give me old LeBron on the offensive end. Just give me prime LeBron on the defensive end. in situations.
1,000%, 1,000%, bro, 1,000%.
But
1,000%, and that's all I'm saying. He ain't got nothing to prove.
Yeah. But if you look at the standings right now, do you think right now their hypothetical matchup, because right now they have the 5th seed, you think they beat Minnesota in the first round?
Absolutely.
They beat Minnesota in the first round? Minnesota?
Absolutely. Because I'm gonna tell you why. You got a healthier Luka now. You got a healthier Luka now, and like I said, he might break my heart in the playoffs, but Austin Reeves took another step. Austin Reeves is looking a lot more comfortable with that quick pace, that slow quick pace he got going on. And Austin Reeves is getting to the cup like the best of them. Come on now, I like this Austin Reeves, and Rui's in the perfect role. Rui can come off that bench. And like Rui could come in and get you 15, 18, because you know when he's starting, there's a lot of pressure on him. But at the same time, he's in there. He's right where he needs to be in that role. And as far as what I'm saying, will he shut him down? No. But Marcus Smart, as smart as he is defensively, he won't stop him. He'll slow up Edwards a little bit. A little bit. I ain't saying he gonna stop him completely. But come on now, Marcus Smart's still a DYOP now. Oh, yeah. Well, DPOY. I'm tripping. Yeah. DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year. Marcus Smart, he'll hold his own against Edwards. He won't stop him, but he'll hold his own now. Hell yeah. Will it be? Nah, I ain't gonna be disrespectful and say sweep or nothing like that. Lakers can get him in 6. They can get him in 6. and hear me what I say. What's the gap between the second and third seed? What's the gap between Spurs and Houston?
Let me go back. Actually, it is a small gap between the third seed and the seventh seed, if we're being honest. But specifically, third through sixth, they're all only separated by one game. Yeah. So Houston, Houston is only one game ahead of Minnesota and Los Angeles for the third seed. Well, they're not.
Okay,
even,
so what's the gap between
San
Antonio and Houston?
They're not even a game of. They got a tiebreaker over Minnesota for some reason, but they're at the third seed. Minnesota's at the fourth seed, and then the Lakers are a game behind Minnesota.
So no, so what is this, from Spurs 2 and Rockets 3? What's the difference?
Oh, nah. Honestly, in the top two, those two are just competing who's gonna be number one. It's OKC 1, San Antonio 3 back, and then Houston 6.5 back of that. So those two, San Antonio, OKC, they fight for number one, so, and then everybody else is just fighting amongst each other.
No, so that's perfect then. So, and the reason why I'm saying it's perfect, Lakers are going to avoid the Spurs. They rather get OKC. They rather get OKC. Like last year they split the series with each other. I think they went 2-2 against each other last year. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Lakers gonna stay 4-5. If you know what I'm saying. Technically it ain't tanking if you already made it in the playoffs. Watch how Lakers have some healthy scratches towards the end once they know they got 4 or 5 solidified. Watch how they ain't gonna fight for that third seed.
It's gonna be tough to determine whether they can get that 4 or 5 solidified because they tied technically with the Nuggets. I don't know how they ahead of the Nuggets as far as the tiebreaker is concerned.
It'd be differential conference play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah. So they avoiding the Spurs. If they want to see the Spurs when they have to see them. When they have to see them. And then of course Denver. What seed they are?
Well, I don't even know if they want to play anybody with somewhat young legs because you're talking about a 4 or 5 matchup and you got to deal with Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels, and I don't know if you want to necessarily go with that. I think you might. And it's tough, but I think the most favorable matchup is falling to the 6th seed and playing Houston. Like, if we want to be honest, Houston don't run up and down the court.
Why would you say? Why would you try to say another name after Ed Edwards? Ed Edwards, that's it. Gobert ain't.
But I just had to let you know that there's a lot of young boys that run up and down that court besides AE. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just simple as, hey, we shut AE down, we good.
Nah, I get that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Marcus Smart won't stop him, but he'll slow him down. Oh shoot, my phone.
You gotta deal with Jaden McDaniels. You still gotta deal with Nas Reed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, absolutely. But it's like what from how I see it, I don't think Minnesota have enough, man. It's only Edwards. That's it. It's only Edwards. That is it. It's just more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not worried about no team.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's how I see. You know what I'm saying? So. No, but I ain't gonna lie. The playoffs gonna be set up to be good though. It's set up to be good on both sides because sometimes the East get boring sometimes and stuff like that. So, but the West is it's gonna be a gauntlet, dude. But it's gonna be good TV though. I can't wait. It's gonna be good TV.
All right, and then going ahead ahead. We're going to segue into some NFL talk. Busy week in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Upcoming free agency,
Very.
trade deals. We got the Cowboys. They put a second round tender on Brandon Aubrey, which makes him technically the NBA's equivalent of a restricted free agent where any team can offer and Dallas can match.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones said that the current offer that they put on the table would have made him the highest paid kicker. Justin Tucker was making 6.7. They were going to offer Brandon Aubrey somewhere around 7, while his agent is looking for close to 10 mil. Just wanted to do a quick little recap on that before we move on to the bigger moves of the week. And we'll start in Chicago where DJ Moore gets traded to the Bills along with the 5th round pick for a 2nd round pick. So how you feel about that move?
Man, it was a decent move though, but you find yourself in another, and I don't want to be too disrespectful, but you find yourself with another Amari Cooper signing. DJ Moore, he's solid. He's solid. Don't get me wrong. But for somebody to trade you from a heavily offensive system with the brilliant offensive mind, and they traded you to Buffalo, that told me everything I needed to know. Because if you were that dynamic of a player, they ain't trading you. So what makes you think if you're just not leaving an offensive mastermind? Joe Brady is solid too, but you're leaving a better offense than the Buffalo offense right now. I don't expect you to have no bigger impact than you had with the best offense you was on. Coming down to a downgrade of an offense you're on. You don't have a Roma Dunze over there. Maybe Keon Coleman can, have a bounce season. And, maybe him and McDermott didn't get together, something like that. But maybe because of a new environment, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he may come in better, more motivated to play ball.
Keon Coleman's going to still be there,
and
bro?
So it's like...
Do you still think Keon Coleman's still going to be there, bro?
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know about after that press conference, bro.
You take sources, all the sources and stuff be like, oh well, we probably thinking about giving him a second chance and whatnot. He's still on his rookie deal. I mean, fair or foul, it won't hurt their cap because he's on a rookie deal, but at the same time, like, you need Keon Coleman, man. I don't know what probably happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they wanted to be more run-based or something like that. Who knows? But then again, with you being that number one receiver, quote-unquote, which Keon was, even though Shakir was the one putting in work, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people game playing for you. And the NFL's a little different. But like I say, Keon Coleman will be a good number 2, man. And he'll be a good number 2. DJ will be the number 1, of course. But at the same time, it's like, bro, y'all finna be run heavy with James Cook. Hint if y'all go on draft, James Cook gonna be another good fantasy piece. But, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty good, but it didn't move the needle for me. Trust me, bigger moves didn't happen after that.
Oh, for sure. I think Buffalo could have made better moves. But I actually feel like this is one of the few times in which both teams actually win this situation. And I'll start with the Bears anyways. While you mentioned it, they had 4 receivers that had over 600 yards, and that includes DJ Moore. And definitely towards the latter half of the season, it looked like DJ Moore was a 4th option, you know what I'm saying, behind Love and Burden and all them boys.
Exactly.
So this move actually allows the Bears a little bit of flexibility because I was looking up the contract situation and stuff like that. They pretty much saved what would have been $49 million over the next 2 years, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty expensive when you're talking about a 4th option. Like, you're not even the number 1, you know what I'm saying? You're not the 1, 2, or 3, bro. You're the 4th option. So ain't nobody paying no 4th option $25 million a year. So, I mean, how I look at it for the Bears, it actually allows them the financial flexibility to look at somebody. And I know we're about to talk about Maxx Crosby in a second going to the Ravens, but, while they was heavy on the Bears' radar, I mean, Trey Henderson doesn't look so bad either, And then to look at it from the Bills situation, it does give them an actual number 1 option that I don't feel like they really had since Stephon Diggs left. You got DJ Moore, who
Yep.
was already familiar with Joe Brady's system during their time in Carolina.
Yep.
Actually, when he was with Joe Brady, they linked up for 1,200 yards. So this is one of the few times that it seems like it worked out for both teams. Yeah, Buffalo probably could have went after somebody else, like a AJ Brown, for example, because Philly trying to get rid of him. So, but
Yep.
it's a win-win situation for both teams. I feel like it will be, anyways.
Hey, well, don't get me wrong. Buffalo's still gonna be in the playoff picture. You still got Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? You got to answer a couple of questions on defense, on what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Bosa was a good pickup, but I think he only had like a 1-year deal, I think. And then, you got to try to figure some things out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to shake some stuff up. McDermott, he may have came up short, but one thing about McDermott that you didn't have to worry about was the defense. The defense was technically sound. The defense was like top 15 every year. So it's a lot of. I think the offense is going to be set with Josh Allen. But now, instead of like really stopping people, and then Josh Allen doing his thing, Josh Allen may seem like he would have to do a lot of gunslinging. I mean, granted, he put up numbers, get MVPs. That's cool. Josh Allen always going to be top 5 everything as long as he's playing. But, it doesn't do nothing for me. Like, you say something like A.J. Brown, you got a game plan for A.J. Brown. Somebody like DJ Moore, you can just run your regular defensive set. You have your eye on him, but you ain't game planning for him.
Oh, man. I guess we're going to see, man. And maybe linking back up with Joe Brady might bring him back to his Carolina days. You know what I'm saying? The reason why he went to Chicago, he was supposed to be that guy, you know what I'm saying? And decided to not run so hard during routes in a playoff game, during overtime.
Come on now. Come on now. And I knew when it happened, bro. I knew when it happened.
That was the ticket out, bro.
I already knew
that was
he
the
was
ticket out.
Paid. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But moving on to Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, where they go ahead and nab Maxx Crosby from the Raiders for 2 first-round picks. You feel like that was too expensive for a pass rusher?
No. Compared to what Maxx Crosby is, top 3, you can say Miles, Micah, Max. That's a steal, man. That's a steal. Because you got to think about it. They only gave up 2 first-round picks and got to keep everybody on their defense. I think Humphrey might be on the fence as far as like being the cap cut, say like 14, 15 million. But then again, you got Roquan. You got Maxx Crosby. Manabuke is coming back. You know what I'm saying? You got Wiggins still on the rookie deal. Like I say, Humphrey's in the air.
Okay.
You got Hamilton. You got Starks on the rookie deal. Come on now. Of course you're gonna bring back that veteran Kyle Van Noy, but now you got some on there. So now you got a dominant player at every level. Matabuke was solid, but he's in the trenches. When he's playing that 0 to 3 technique, man, you can get some pressure, but man, you got somebody on that edge you can respect. Matabuke come back from that neck injury. No doubt in my mind, Baltimore's gonna have a top 3 defense next year. You can already tell. They didn't get rid of nobody. They ain't have to send under their corners. Nobody. So you mean to tell me you got Maxx Crosby for 2? Because y'all gonna be picking late in the next 5 years anyway. Man, I know I'm a Seattle guy, but Lamar's my quarterback. Man, Ravens just scared the whole AFC, man. There was already a problem without somebody like Maxx Crosby because of Lamar. Man, please. Man, Baltimore's back, man. But at the same time, it's like wonderful move. It's because what Michael got an overhaul for like maybe for a couple of round picks. I think it was just one.
Yeah, first and seconds, I think.
But I know it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, man, for somebody like Maxx Crosby, that's supposed to be like 3-4 first round picks. Maxx Crosby like 28, 29. He's 28, 29. He's still young. Mm-hmm. He's still in his prime. This is like the new. He already had his deal. See, I think that's what's the key. It ain't like they got Max and they had to resign him. He was in the second year of like another 4-year deal that he signed. You can restructure that. You can push that down the road. Max ain't Baltimore is not letting Maxx Crosby walk out that door. He's gonna end his career in Baltimore, guaranteed. They not letting nobody like that walk out the door. No way, no how. So that's a hell of a move by Baltimore. Real good.
Yep, I agree with you. It gives Las Vegas a chance to develop a young core because that gives them two picks in the top 15. You know, they get the most selections in the top 75, so they can go ahead and rebuild around where many people are going to assume that they're getting the kid out of Indiana, Mendoza, and things of that nature. But for Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, that was a team that's in desperate need of a pass rush. You know what I'm saying? They was 30th in the league in sacks, which coincidentally coincide with their pass defense overall. So they definitely need some help on that. But to dive even further, you know what I'm saying, their defensive front combined as a unit only got 11 and a half sacks. They got half of what Myles Garrett got by himself, bro.
Come on,
So yeah,
man.
them boys need to generate some type of pressure when you only beating the Jets. And I was surprised that the 49ers was actually bottom in sacks, but they had a whole bunch of injuries on their defense. But those are only two teams that had less sacks than the Ravens, you know what I'm saying? And then to the standpoint, you know what I'm saying, when you're talking about 2 first-round picks, we're in the prime of Lamar Jackson's career right now. We're talking about he's 29. Like, he ain't got time to wait on potential draft picks that could be all pros. Hey, go ahead and start getting them all pros right now. Go ahead and do who we about to talk about next. You need to start doing the Rams approach. You need to get proven commodities around Lamar to make that championship push. And then you also look at my last point, Jesse Minter, the new head coach. He comes from up there where you stay at that tree, Mike McDonald's tree, as far as schematic defense. So he ain't trying to send a whole bunch of blitzers. He trying to rush forward, bring everybody back in exotic zone schemes. So,
man, you know when Baltimore always had that up and down, but when that defense lock in, man, it's a beautiful thing to see. It was too late. They started turning it up towards mid-season last season, but it was too late, man. I think at that point maybe Lamar and Harbaugh's relationship was sour, Monken, it was all sour and stuff like that. Man, please, man, like Baltimore's gonna be back.
Zach Orr had 2 years in a row like that. That was the surprising part. Zach Orr, the defensive coordinator, he had 2 years in a row like that. He started out terrible, and then he finally made adjustments, and then they came on towards the second half of the season. But man, you got to start off. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that same energy throughout the entire season.
There you go. I'm like, man, and it's just like, and to go back with your quick hit, you know what I'm saying? It kind of ties up to it. Tyler Loop, when you mentioned about Arbery and that tender thing, Arbery, Loop, Boswell, and Cam Little from Jacksonville. Everybody else, you gonna take your little scraps. Those folk, they can get up to 7 and 10. But as far as Baltimore is concerned, man, like you hit the nail on the coffin, bro. You is in Lamar's window now. By the time Lamar 32, 33, all that athleticism is gonna be gone. Hopefully he has mastered, from the pocket, he had that one robbed MVP season. He had 45 total touchdowns and only like 4 interceptions. Wonderful season, but at the same time, it's like it looked good, but then again, at the same time, it's like, hey, you didn't do it last year, but still, where was the drop off at? You had the same squad. I mean, plus DeAndre Hopkins, but he's not impacting no team in this point of his career. So it's like, I'm like, and from an offensive standpoint, Baltimore's probably the only ones who can make this move without hurting their offense because Lamar don't need no number 1 receiver. Now, there have been some reports that Mike Evans might be trying to come to Baltimore, but at the same time, that will work in Lamar's favor because you need a possession receiver. Let Zay do all that extra stuff. Let him do all that extra stuff. Man, Mike Evans can kill you in the small and the medium. And I don't want to trigger you, but I know me and you on the same boat with this one. Maybe you can turn into a one-route Mike in Baltimore. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can turn into that guy. It don't even matter because number one, he's not even a receiver. But the number 1 option for Baltimore is behind Lamar Jackson. That's all he need, bro. Jesse Minter gonna run that ball, so that'll be all right. Their defense is the one that needs to keep him in games.
Yeah, for sure. And then last hit we gonna do on the NFL recap. We got the Rams once again on the fuck them picks tirade. Man, sending their first round, their fifth round, their sixth round, and then their 2027 third round pick to Kansas City for Trent McDuffie. Tell me how you feel about that one.
Man, if anybody in the NFL needed a textbook on how to keep your franchise relevant for years down the line, do what the Rams and Chiefs just did. And what I mean by that, a lot of people are like, oh, Trent McDuffie. Kansas City say, I trust my development team, man. You know what I'm saying? I trust my development team. But I got Steve Spagnuolo. That he knows defense. Steve Spagnuolo, he got to be the highest DC, and he got to be touching a few million under Andy Reid. I know they paying him good. So my thing about it is, bro, you can develop more talent like that. You need to go get some help. You need to go fix that offensive line. Trent Duffy's money is gonna do that down the line. And then you got other stuff you gotta fix. So by this time, you trade McDuffie and you get some picks. They trying to rebuild now. They not trying to have that Super Bowl gap like the Patriots had from like 2007 to when they finally won again in Seattle. They're not trying to have that long gap of winning. They're gonna try to get back in there. Patrick Mahomes comes once in a lifetime. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised in this year's draft. They done gave away about a few picks, bro. They finna go get another tight end, and bro, they finna go try to get Jeremiah Love. You finna go get Jeremiah Love. That's what you finna do. You probably got that draft capital. Sending McDuffie. Don't be surprised those round picks go in the draft to get up there in that top 10, man. Don't be surprised. They finna go get that running back, and they'll be A-okay. God forbid Rashid Rice. You know, you gonna get in trouble, but hopefully they just probably suspend you for another year, whatever. If I'm Patrick Mahomes, hey, I'll sit out this year too because of my ACL. But at the same time, Chiefs has an opportunity to rebuild everything. You sit Mahomes down, 1 free year, cool. Mahomes can do a documentary of him coming back. You know, the player's gonna make money doing something. But y'all have a down year, retool. Patrick Mahomes come back healthy, and the talent that y'all drafted this year, y'all can get them that 1 year experience with no pressure. Y'all off to the races. Don't go back and get Tyreek Hill, man. Don't go do that. Don't go do that. Tyreek Hill, he still got some juice left in the tank, but that ship is sailed, man. That ship is sailed. Cause Tyreek Hill still, I don't care what kind of injury he had, he's still gonna demand 20 plus, bro. So you already got your Tyreek Hill. Develop Worthy. Give Worthy like 1 more 2 years. If he ain't cutting it, get him out of there. But on the Rams side, the Rams see Matthew Stafford, bro. Matthew Stafford, hey, bro, we're going to make sure Matthew Stafford plays for this last year of his contract before he retires. That's how you do it. Sorry, not sorry. That's how they won the Super Bowl in, what it was, 50, it was 56. That's how they won in 56, bro. They traded up all that picks. They went and got Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, retooled. They was going to get Aaron Donald that ring. This is the same thing, bro. Because what was the main thing that was getting cooked? They secondary. Point blank period. So now they got somebody who can track some best receivers, and then they so cornerbacks and go guard those 2s and 3s that they're comfortable with. Rams made a hell of a move, man.
Yeah, actually, I almost feel like you stole all my notes, bro. Because I literally said that literally for the Rams was a must-have, bro. Because after allowing Sam Darnold to look like Matt Stafford during the conference championship game, bro, they needed some secondary help. Because, Lord. And you can even go to the Sunday night game they had when all that fluky stuff happened and Seattle came back on them. Like, even though Darnold threw 2 picks, he was still moving that ball pretty comfortably against LA. He just made a couple of mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And then on the Rams half, you know what I'm saying, even though they say fuck their first round pick, that's a late pick anyways, they still have the Falcons pick, which is number 13. Yeah. So they still straight either way, you know what I'm saying? And then,
come on, man.
When we look at the Chiefs, man, like I said, man, I felt like you stole all my notes, bro, because I literally said the same thing. I was like, hey, one thing Spags and boys gonna do, they're gonna develop a secondary, bro. That's why they not worried about getting rid of these damn corners, bro. And you even look at their pass, whether it's Marcus Peters back in the day, you know what I'm saying? They let him go to the Rams.
Come on, man.
Man, they had L'Jarius Sneed come to. Hey, I feel like they just finessed us, bro. Like, L'Jarius barely played 13 games with the Titans out of the 37 he was eligible for, bro. Like, it's it's just something about the way they develop over their secondary that I think they're just going to be all right from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying? They got other needs on the offensive side of the ball. Like, they need a number one receiver as well. And, hey, they need a running game too. So, I mean, Jeremiah Love is not a bad option.
Man, you know, that's what
they do. They do got a nice pick, but they could repackage if they feel like Love or one of them boys are going to be off the board earlier than that. They could repackage those picks and move up if they need to. So,
absolutely, man. Like, you know, I wish, you know, don't get me wrong. Lottery picks are lottery picks for a reason. First round still the first round, bro. But we got to stop putting all these highlights on these first rounders, bro. Not every first rounder go pan out. A lot of people in the NFL know they can go get that diamond in the rough in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, bro. Them are what some of the real picks at, man. Because, I mean, I don't know the stat per se, but it's not a huge percentage of first rounders making the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, even to add to your point, like, the Rams stars are not even first round picks. If you're talking about Puka Nacua, I mean, Matt Stafford, he came in a trade and he was a number 1 overall pick, but who was a 5th round pick, you know what I'm saying? They've had multiple mid round picks on the defensive side of the ball. Like, they're not out here with the first round draft pick just developing stars off top, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, man, bro, you see, because I used to be like, man, why everybody getting rid of that first? But you see a lot of people stock up on 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, the middle numbers, man. If they get, because you got to understand, once all the glitz and glamour is going away, that's where the real GMs cook, man. They go cook and find those people nobody talking about. And they been watching them all season. So yeah, so stock up on the mid-round picks, man. Man, use your first and your second if you can. Use them as bargaining chips and get what you want. Third through 6, that's where the real magic at, bro. That's where it's at. Because at that point, 3rd through 6, you know what I'm saying? They cheaper. But then again, at the same time, what works against you sometimes is that instead of the 4 or 5 year option, they only get 4. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. So hell, you may take that risk, but shit, it is what it is. So, you know, KC is doing the right thing, bro. Everybody, you know, when I seen it, I was like, oh, but then when you think about it, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what the organizations do. Once you look at the history of the organization and what they actually do, and it's like, oh, yeah, exactly what you just said. That makes sense. Like, they do this all the time. Like, if you're not just a prisoner of the moment and you actually look at their history, you're like, oh, this is a track record. This is exactly what they do. And they even done that with the free agents they brought over, whether it was Various Ward or anyone else. You know what I mean? So,
come on, man. So it's like granted they possibly could have the same success that the Patriots did, but you see how the Patriots dominant for like 20 years doing exactly that. They got rid of the Lawyer Malloys. They got rid of the Randy Mosses. They got rid of the Richard Seymours. Mm-hmm. Come on, it ain't nothing new. It's like, man, no, they had a quarterback and they had a head coach. And they had an organization that developed talent. ABC 1, 2, 3.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to a little sidebar segment, man. We got this little segment called Take It or Leave It, man. And my boy John, he found a very interesting tweet from earlier this week from Sam Block, man. Keep 3, cut 9 regarding sporting events. And I'll go ahead and list all the sporting events, and then I'm going to let John pick his 3 first, and I'll go off with mine. But we have on the screen, as you can see, March Madness, NBA playoffs, WNBA playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs, college football playoff, NFL playoffs, the MLB postseason, the College World Series, Wimbledon, the World Cup, the Olympics, and the Masters. All right, so tell me how you feeling about this one,
John. So, in the pre-production, I was kind of, I already said this question, I already kind of had me stupid, especially for the last one. But I'm gonna throw a bombshell with you, and I'm gonna show them some respect. Of course, I'm gonna say NFL playoffs.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA playoffs on there, right? NBA. Yeah, the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
They're not on there. The NBA playoffs.
Yeah, they're on there.
NFL, NBA, and I give you a quick story, and this is gonna kind of explain my third one. I remember when veteran talk people. I remember when I was in BLC, and I was in BLC, and I remember it was on during the World Cup. And long story short, breaking news. That's my answer. But at the same time, I was in BLC, and we had like a lot of foreigns and a lot of stuff like that. And it clicked in my mind, dude. World Cup is different, bro. It's different. I thought about that shit, T. And I remember when it came up, the pre-production. I was like, dude. Because you already knew what I floated like the Masters and I floated the MLB. But when I thought about it, I never forget that scene in BLC where all the people from the native countries, bro, all of them was glued to that TV. What was so crazy, everybody valued lunch every now and then. Nobody eat their fucking food, bro. They was all glued to that TV. And I remember seeing that energy then. I say, yeah, I got to say World Cup, man. World Cup.
Ooh, that's spicy. I was not ready for
yeah.
that. That's good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I got respect for a lot of these events on here. I mean, this is tough for me because for me, when I did my picks, I agree with you when we said NFL playoffs. And then for me, number 2 is going to be the college football playoff. And then number 3 is going to be March Madness for me. And honestly, I like a lot of these events that's on the board. But there's just something about the single elimination when the pressure is on every single game. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of feel, there's certain people that feel pressure every single game during a series, whether it's MLB, NBA. And by the way, there was disrespect for not putting the NHL. Oh, they did put Stanley Cup on here. Never mind. But all 3 series, like, there's definitely pressure each game. But I feel like for all of them, there's only really pressure on certain people to perform. Whereas these single elimination games, March Madness, college football player, NFL playoffs, nobody can have a bad game. Like, it's not, I was just off this game. We can come back game 2. We're going to split the series and we take it back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? And we got home court advantage still. You know what I'm saying? No, this is, if you have that game, you're done. And that's the logic I went to when I was like, yeah, let me get these NFL playoffs, the college football playoffs, and this March Madness, because it's going to tell me a lot about your character, like how you going to perform when the pressure is on. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. Like, you can't just relax on any opponent, especially when we're talking about March Madness and the amount of upsets that happened during March Madness. Like, how many double-digit seeds been making it to the Final Four within the last quarter century, or just making it to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. Like, that's some different type of pressure. Like, if you a big dog, can you handle that type of pressure? Like, hey, these boys come in and they want your best shot. Like, period.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's and them single eliminations, man, be so much pressure, dude. So much pressure, man. So much.
But World Cup definitely an honorable mention because it's going to be here this year in America. You know what I'm saying? No A with the U. Oh, yeah, I'm going to love that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, that energy is ridiculous, man. It is so ridiculous, bro. And it's like, because I'm going to tell you how ridiculous. You done watch World Cup too, bro. When they score, they touchdown, they got to be on record for the longest celebration for a score of all time, bro.
Oh yeah, they couldn't do that in the NFL. That'd be a flag real quick.
Dude, the man, as big as the soccer field is, the man hitting 3 laps celebrating
my man run from the box. My man run from the box to the corner, sliding and shit. Like, you're not doing that in the NFL game, bro. Oh, you're definitely not doing that in a college football game.
Hell no. I'm like, and it's like when you think about it, soccer is one of the hardest sports to score in. You know, they scores be like 1-2, sometimes you get some beat downs, but dude, I be like, they celebrate in the whole stadium. I like my partner King, man. No, not King. I forgot. It was one of my socials who said he went to my soldier Yari. Shout out Yari if you ever see this video. I remember he told me he's going to a World Cup. I think he told me he'd been one before, but since he's in Germany, I think he's going to one coming home or something like that. And dude, I remember him telling me a story that he said the World Cup is just different. He's from let me not disrespect. He hates when I do it. He was Ecuadorian. I always used to call him El Salvador, but he's an Ecuadorian. But it's like, dude, he was like, it's just different. Like, if you look at that stadium got over 100,000 people, man. Like, granted, you see why the NFL trying to go overseas. When you be watching them little London games, them stadiums is making our stadiums look like
they look like college football stadiums. They look like
deep as hell. Yeah, I'm like, man. So it's like it's. I'm telling you, man. It's amazing to see. And the World Cup, man. It's like I give them that. I don't even watch soccer that much. I don't even watch soccer. The only time I watch soccer is the World Cup, bro.
That's fair. And I mean, honestly, even though it's the most popular sport in the world, that's when the majority of Americans watch it. You know what I'm saying? We trying to see what.
Oh my God.
What we gonna do up in there? Which I mean, it's just not promising. But
yeah.
But and the same thing with the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the Olympics too, and we gonna be blessed over the next 2 years to have both of those events coming through here. So yeah, it's gonna be litty. It's gonna be litty in the country, baby. As long as we not getting blown up by Iran by then.
Hey, boy, I tell you, boy, hey, man, we done fell for those because, bro. Man, shout out to our brothers and sisters in arms, man. Like, man, I hope it don't get no worse than what it is. But since they started bombing, yeah, it's coming there. Get ready, it's coming. But that's neither here nor there. But it's like, man. The Olympics, the Olympics. Now you can say the Olympics too, almost, but then again, the World Cup is different. The World Cup is different.
Facts.
Yeah, but
All right.
So I'm like, it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And just sidebar on that, Messi's gonna be doing his 6th World Cup, which is gonna be a record. So that's gonna be another thing to be looking for.
Man, them dudes are nice, bro.
Yeah, facts.
They nice everywhere. If now Geno Smith can brag about making money like Wendy's. Imagine somebody like they'll never do it. Imagine somebody like Messi or Ronaldo saying that to Wendy. You'll actually believe that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. If Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, them boys, yeah, I definitely believe that. Like they probably got Wendy's money, like for real.
Man, they get paid like what? Do them
they honestly their contracts is on par with basketball players mostly. Like if you look at the top Forbes, like top earners as far as athletes, it usually be alternating between basketball players and soccer players. Like.
But that's the thing though. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know like the Ronaldos and like the Messis, man, they getting about 100 a year though.
I think Ronaldo is because he signed with a Saudi Arabian team. But yeah, it gets stupid, especially now with Saudi Arabia throwing money everywhere. It get real stupid now. I think Mbappe was offering something similar too. Yeah, we get A-Rab, like that video I shared. We get A-Rab money.
Dude, Saudi Arabia, but you know one thing I like about Saudi Arabia though, they gonna pay for it. They won't, man. Mm-hmm. They gonna pay for it. Thanks. Why you think all these athletes be running over there to their bag?
Oh
yeah. Yeah, it'd be amazing, dude.
For sure. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up with a little 4 for 4. This is where we got a nice little slate for you. Hey, you want to set up your parlay on this? Hey, feel free to do it at your own peril. Hey, I'm not a gambling man and I'm not a financial advisor, you know what I'm saying? And past performance is not a guarantee of future results. I mean, I am pretty good at when I pick these things, but don't try to sue me if you bet my parlay and you get it wrong, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so first game we got tipping off next week. I got Nuggets on Thunder on Monday. Who you got?
Nuggets and Thunder.
Yep.
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Okay. I'm actually going
Nuggets.
opposite with you on this one, and I'm going to Thunder. And the only reason I'm going to Thunder on this one is because I'm a little bit nervous about how Jamal Murray ankle is going to be come Monday, and you know, Aaron Gordon just got back, and he knocking off Russ like Jason Tatum. So, man, Nuggets just need to be healthy, bro. Like, what's up with y'all strength and conditioning program? Like, you about to make me drive up there. You about to make me drive up there. Keep playing.
Facts. But you know, it's. I can see why you would say that, man. But as long as you got number 15, bro, and look, and you know, and I when I seen the game against the Lakers, I had faith in my Lakers until Tim Hardaway Jr. hit. When Tim Hardaway, he's probably the only player I know. When he is the hottest of the hots and the cold of the cold. But man, when Tim Hardaway have one of those nights, it's hard to stop him, man.
Yeah. No, I hear that, but bro, let me counter what you talked about with number 15, because I mean we was talking about the MVP race earlier. The other one that might not be eligible also, that's a cold-blooded killer. Did you see what he did last night against the Warriors, bro? During clutch time? The way he had Draymond on the skates before he hit the game-sealing shot on his face.
You see when Draymond waved. You see when Draymond waved off that defender like he was gonna stop him 1-on-1.
Like you about to lock him up.
Yeah, just walked
my brother. I know you was defensive player of the year. Hey, you one of them defensive goats like along with Ron Artest, Rodman, and them boys. Hey, but you lost. You done lost a step now, my brother. You done lost a step. Stop playing with these young boys like that. Thompson, I got it. You gonna start hitting the floor too? You about to pound the floor too? Like,
no,
don't do that. Don't do that.
But I mean, could I see the Thunder winning? Yeah, man. But like, bro, man, with Denver and how they move that ball, man. And OKC do it too, man. And two good basketball teams like that, man. I'd rather see. I believe I have more faith in the Joker than I have in SGA.
Okay.
So
you know what's also fair about that is the Nuggets has been strangely playing at 500 for a good grip now, and they've been alternating this win one, lose one. So I mean, they beat the Lakers, they lost to the Knicks. So yeah, it means that odds are they do. You know what I'm saying? Odds are they probably are do.
Yeah, 1-1.
It's just. I just don't like the whole Jamal Murray situation. We'll see how that ankle shows up on Monday. But I'm going to go with the Thunder on that one. So, we on opposite ends on the first one. All right. Let's see. I think we probably going to be opposite ends on this second one, too. All right. So, Tuesday night, we got the Celtics at the Spurs.
Man, T, you better not. Man, San Antonio, man.
Oh, it's a finals preview. Hey, you already know who the fuck I got, bro. Don't even worry about it. Big B's. We going Boston, bro. Boston by 50, bro.
But you know what though? But you know what? If San Antonio wins, it's cool. But I won't think about it too much because I at least want to see JT healthy basketball shape.
Oh yeah,
they may have the advantage because of that, but they may have the advantage because of JT him coming back from that Achilles. Even though he's healthy now, quote unquote, knock on wood, nothing bad happened to him. But if they beat him, but yeah, Spurs gonna get him because Wemby shows up for the big games, and that's gonna be a big game. Oh, that's gonna be a big game.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna love that. Popcorn gonna be ready.
But yeah, San Antonio.
Alrighty. And third.
Oh yeah, it's a good week this week.
Yeah. And then later that night, we got the Timberwolves versus the Lakers at Crypto. Might be the potential first round.
LeBron's day possibly. LeBron's day to day, but I'm gonna go with the Lakers, man, and I'm gonna tell you why. That Luka and that Reeves combo works, bro. Before LeBron came back, they was like 19-5. Well, LeBron came back way before that. It was like maybe 14-5, something like that. It was a pretty good record without LeBron. I trust Luka and Austin Reeves with that. It's even when you see today when they played against New York, that it's just something about Reeves and Luka kind of ball dominant, but the ball moves better with them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No,
I ain't
it
trying to.
makes sense.
LeBron, he one of the best passers in the game, but LeBron is a ball stopper though. He's a ball
Yeah,
stopper.
and honestly, no, I feel you because I feel like if it's all three of them, because they're all three playmakers, sometimes it's like paralysis by analysis with all three of them trying to create a play instead of one of them
Yeah,
just popping up a shot. But between when it's definitely two men, it almost
yeah.
feels similar to like in Denver between Jamal and Jokic. One of them knows that. Hey, one of us got to shoot this ball when it's just those two on the court. But when it's all three of them, for some reason, it's like,
Facts.
hey, who wants to shot? Who wants to shot? They all three passing amongst each other. But for this one, I'm actually Oh man, this going. Are we going to be opposite all week, bro? Cause I'm going with the Wolves on this one, bro.
Hey, man.
And honestly, bro, I think this is going to be one of those games in which Anthony Edwards just shows his ass, bro. And he want to say he going to pay homage to LeBron by putting belt
Oh
to
yeah.
ass. I think this is
Hey man,
this is one of those games in which Anthony Edwards
I,
really show his ass.
I'm an Anthony Edwards guy, man. Like, I love to see it, man. Yeah, I love to see it. And look, before anybody kill me, look, let me just objectively, if we real fans of basketball, Ja was supposed to be it, but Anthony Edwards is gonna be this generation's Kobe, man. You gonna hear Edwards in the best player conversation for a long time, because
Yeah, that's got to be.
our
In
kids
fact, that
coming up.
has to be another segment. We need to talk about the fall of John Moran and Zion Williamson in particular, because them two were supposed to be the faces of the league, and
Oh
really,
yeah,
and for two different reasons, that didn't pan out. That's just crazy.
facts.
And
I mean,
then
they
last thing,
fortunately they got time to change it, but at the no, yeah, go
no,
ahead.
no, go ahead, bro. Finish your thought. Finish your thought. My bad. You said they had time to
Yeah,
change it.
no, that's what I'm saying. I just think they got time. They got time to change it, man. I just feel like my people back at home gonna kill me for it, and they die hard New Orleans fans. I believe Zion just don't want to be there. And Memphis is cool, but they trying to get to the markets, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If anything, I think Ja's gonna get a change of scenery. And Zion went on NBA Today. Thompson, New Orleans is home. It's cool. I think if DeJounte Murray can stay healthy and stuff like that, Zion can turn it around. He's only 25. Back in the day, that's when people start coming into the league by 20, 22, 23 back in the day. So it's like Zion got a good chance to turn around. That man can have like a good 6-7 years, and what he did in Duke in those 6-7 years can get him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
So
but
he'll be alright. But
I mean, do we look at Zion Williamson's reaction? You know what I'm saying? Not to get too far off on the sidebar, but do we look at Zion Williamson's reaction more or less like we look at Giannis, where it's like, I don't want to be the bad guy by saying I want to get the fuck out of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like, Giannis don't want to say, hey, let me the fuck up out of Milwaukee.
yeah.
You don't think that might be a little bit of it when you talk about I want to stay in New Orleans?
But my thing about it is though, it's like he's trying to save face, but man, who cares? Now if it's for Giannis thing, he brought a ring to Milwaukee. Man, that man can walk free if he wants to, man.
Yeah, facts.
He can walk free.
I gotta say, he didn't win anything.
He can walk free. I understand. Yeah, exactly. Now, you know what I'm saying? But like Zion and stuff, man, Zion just want to get to that market to get more money. He just gonna keep messing with them OnlyFans girls and all them little Instagram models and stuff. That's all Zion want to do. Zion just wants some booty and he want to get some money. And he feels like New Orleans. He say he like New Orleans, but that man's trying to get to a bigger market.
He might like the food in New Orleans. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't even know why he get mad at everybody saying that he like food, bro. Like you came big as fuck, bro. You came in the league big as fuck. You came playing 280 to 300, bro. Like
yeah. But I think he's starting to get it, man. He got to keep taking that Ozempic and he'll be alright, man.
Yeah,
he'll be alright.
My man said Ozempic.
Yeah, he'll be alright, man.
And then just to flip to Ja real quick, like I said, I didn't want to get too long on the sidebar, but I mean with Ja, like it's kind of bad when there's teams that's like, you gotta give us more than John Morant if we want John Morant. Like, you gotta give us some draft picks along with John Morant. That's how far you from. Like, and we'll get to our last game in a second, but yeah, it's just like in the years that he's been in the league, there's just been no progression in his game. He just
Facts.
was. He grew up gifted athletically, and now
Yeah.
that is catching up to him, and now it's time to develop a game. Like actually develop a game. You're not the most athletic person in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's other motherfuckers that get caught up, like yeah, you're in the league with the big boys now. Everybody's athletic. Like,
Yeah.
what else can you do?
Facts. Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, now Josh shoes are everywhere. My whole basketball team, majority of all of them got jobs. All of them. Every single one of them got every single one of them got jobs. So his impact is felt. But you're 1,000% correct, man. It's like the athleticism is cool. You got all that cool. You're bouncy. You can sell tickets. You can make posters. Hey, man, but you're gonna have to open up your game now. And which he has. Let me not try to sound like Josh a screw up. He's not a screw up. But at the same time, it's like eventually, your athleticism is gonna wear down eventually. And that's how you gonna think. If you want to be, you gotta have something special. And this is the last thing I say on John. You'll have to have something special to get to like 19, 20 years. To get to like 19, 20 years. Steph did 17, greatest shooter of all time. Chris Paul did 20, one of the greatest minds of all time. One of the greatest minds of all time. And then who else can I say? John Stockton, one of the greatest passers of all time, and one of the greatest minds. And the common denominator in that is skill. It's the skill. And they had a skill. Josh's skill is athleticism. Cool. That's every rookie in the league. But eventually, once you hit that 26 to 30, and then when you go into like 30, 35, your mind need to be your best skill. So hopefully, John lock in, get in that lab, get right. And like I say, if he can unlock that game right now with his athleticism, he'll be one of the best players in the league. But unfortunately, we all get either super athletic, mind kind of here and there, or we get like the Chris Pauls and the Steph Currys and stuff, and athleticism like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you can find that balance, yeah, we can find that balance. So,
all right, and then the last game on our docket, man, we got the Nuggets versus the Spurs on Thursday night. So, you got the Spurs twice on here. You think it's gonna be a clean sweep for your boys on here?
Absolutely, because hey, I'll use your example. You say Jamal Murray ankle is janky. Cool, yeah, I know you don't pick the Spurs on this one. we can go 1 for 4. That's fine.
Man, yeah, it's gonna be tough. Nah, I'm gonna say because, like I said, 500 ball the rest of the way. For the Nuggets, since I said they took an L on Monday, hey, they might just mess around and win on Thursday, bro. I had no rhyme or reason, bro, but just for the fact that they've been playing 500 ball, bro. So, hey, if I say they losing on Monday, that's because they do. So, I mean, they do on Thursday, bro.
Hey, man, you know what? I tell you what, if anything, bro, I might have to use that analogy next time I bet on the games, man. When the last time Denver won? Okay, they gonna lose.
Yeah, fact, exactly.
Last time they lost, okay, they gonna win.
Them boys ain't been doing no type of streaks in the last 3 months, bro. No type of streaks. Just 500.
Well, that chemistry is kind of whatever, man. But man, they gearing up for the playoffs. They're gonna be a different team in the playoffs.
Oh, I definitely hope they gearing up over the last month, bro. They still need everybody to come back healthy, but I surely hope that this is what it's starting to be, the gear up for the playoffs, bro. Like 3 months of 500 ball is very trepidatious.
You got to. Man, everybody's sitting there talking about the NBA season starts in October. Man, the season come April Fools. That's when the season finna get wicked. Boy. Them last few games going into the play-in, it's finna get wicked.
Yes, sir.
It's coming. And we actually in the golden age too. Now that I think about it, because these playoffs, man, we got so many outlets: Amazon, NBC, ESPN. Like, bro, we got NBA TV. They probably gonna have the first round. Yeah, but NBA TV gonna play like the whatever Or I ain't gonna lie, they probably
they're
put
gonna be
NBA
the
TV in the
first
playoffs this year. But I'm saying though, but if you got NBC, Amazon, and ESPN, they ain't gonna use NBA TV this year. I don't think they will.
No, they still will. I think they still will for the first round. For the first round, that's it. I don't think second round on. Yeah, especially when you talk about bringing back the nostalgia of the NBA Finals when you're like, yeah, you definitely put NBC on for that. And yeah, the contracts with ESPN, ABC, because inside, you know what I'm saying, the inside shows gotta be getting some playoff love.
ABC too. Yeah. And so, but they barely work all season, but they gonna be on every night because ESPN gonna have a game every night for sure.
Yeah.
If you got inside the NBA, you gonna have every game to the thing, and then they gonna cover the finals because ABC is under ESPN window.
Yeah.
So you can get think about it in this day and age, man. As many times they with TNT, they stopped at the conference finals. We're gonna get inside the NBA for the NBA championship. That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. They can actually be like they can actually just do the before show and after show, and then during the playoffs they'll be at the stadiums and stuff. So that'll be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be lit. Actually, yeah, inside that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun time, bro.
That's inside the NBA with the finals is gonna boost them numbers.
Yeah, because it used to be already sad seeing them go for the conference finals, and you know what I'm saying, like.
Yep.
Especially, I like that crew better than I like the Stephen A. Kendrick Perkins crew. No,
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them boys between Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny, like.
Man, it just works.
Goated.
It works.
Goated.
As good as much as Stephen A. brag about First Take being the #1 show, I highly doubt they'll ever do an HBO Max documentary about it. They did a documentary about Inside the NBA, bro.
But honestly, I feel like it's because there's nobody else puts a show during that time slot that's really about worth that smoke. Because I mean, I kind of find Colin Cowherd particularly boring, even though he is kind of intelligent sometimes with sports takes. So it's like I really just think it's because First Take don't have smoke during that time slot. Like I think if like First Things First or some other, you know what I'm saying, touted podcast decide to come on network TV, because I promise you, if Pat McAfee decided to go on like Fox Sports instead of ESPN, and he wanted to put it on at the same time as First Take, he'd probably beat out First Take, bro.
Dude, when Pat McAfee goes live, he be having over like 80,000 people, bro. He be having 80,000 people watching on the live, bro. Mm-hmm. And even though Stephen A, he's the reason Stephen A got that new contract. But I can almost guarantee by the time Pat re-up, he's gonna dust that $20 million a year. He's gonna dust it. Because Pat McAfee he's the Swiss Army knife.
But honestly, if we being really honest, this might be Stephen A's last contract anyways, because it seems like he wants to go full-fledged into the political arena. So might not be too much more of him on ESPN eventually.
He's just gonna go dancing for biscuits. That's all he want to do, bro. Stephen A. He's just gonna go where the money is and just dance for biscuits, bro.
Yep, facts. Yeah, exactly how I feel about it.
Point blank period. Yeah. But he good though. He's sports culture. He'll be talked about forever. So I will give him respect, but.
Oh yeah, he's pretty much the reason he's like how Steph changed the game for the NBA shooting threes now. He pretty much changed the game of sports talk shows. Like now, most of them turned into debating shows. Like
him and Skip did that. I give him that. Right. As much as people don't like him, they was the pioneers of that.
Exactly. Gotta give credit where credit's due. But. Oh, here we go to the end of the road. Hey, you got anything to tell the people, John, before we get up out of here?
Man, look, let me tell you something, man. Hey, live, laugh, and love, man. That's the most important thing. But like I said, granted, NFL is gone, but now we're finally finna start hitting the NBA's pinnacle. So, man, buckle up for the NBA, man. Here we come. NBA is gonna be nice. March Madness is coming. Man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Granted, even though the whole world is whole when the NFL is here, but now everybody that's waiting on the NBA is here now. Now NBA about to turn up, so it's good. The WNBA coming, and then we'll be right back to where sports matters with the NFL
Maybe
come
coming.
August. So.
Maybe coming. Might be a lockout, but
Yeah, true, but they gonna milk that. They gonna milk that. Once they realize them athletes dead serious, they gonna fold. They gonna fold. Like, bro, do you mean to tell me only players getting 1% of revenue share? Stop, y'all. Y'all gotta stop that.
Go ahead and pay these women, bro. Go ahead and pay these women.
Yeah, man.
But I ain't got nothing for the people. Hey, except for the same thing I'm gonna say every week. See love, be love.
Yeah.
Be the light you wish to see in the world. Hey, tune in. We'll see y'all
Absolutely.
next week, all right?
Peace.